Hello students, in today's lecture we are going to discuss the dispersive power of a grating. This derivation is often asked in lengthy questions. Dispersive power of grating, that means how much with wavelength it is able to disperse. That means it is defined as the ratio of rate of change of angle of diffraction with change in wavelength of light used. Dispersive power is defined as rate of change of angle of diffraction, rate of change of angle of diffraction with change in wavelength d lambda d theta. How much the angle is changing with change in wavelength. And the other term that you will come across is linear dispersive power. That means via length how much it is changing. So first let us derive an expression for dispersive power. Now we know that the grating equation is given by a plus b sine theta is equal to n lambda, where it is for the nth order spectra and a plus b is the grating element and lambda is the wavelength. What we will do is, what do we need from this expression? We need d theta by d lambda. So we will differentiate this expression. We will differentiate this expression with respect to lambda, right? So on differentiating with respect to lambda, we get a plus b, d by d of sine is equal to cos. So cos theta d theta by d lambda is equal to n, because d lambda by d lambda equals to 1. And then this is what is dispersive power, d theta by d lambda. So d theta by d lambda is equal to n upon a plus b cos theta, right? Now we can simplify this expression further. As you can see here in the expression itself, that dispersive power is depending upon the grating element and the order of the spectra. Now we can simplify a bit more. We can simplify it with the help of cos theta. Cos theta we will simplify. We know that sine square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1. So cos square theta is equal to 1 minus sine square theta. Cos theta is equal to under root 1 minus sine square theta, right? And this sine theta value we will put from here. So the expression becomes d theta by d lambda is equal to n upon a plus b, this cos theta, under root 1 minus sine square theta. Sine square theta from here is n square lambda square upon a plus b whole square. So this expression becomes d theta by d lambda, that is dispersive power, is equal to n upon a plus b into under root 1 minus n lambda upon a plus b whole square, right? We simplify this expression a bit more and we get the expression for dispersive power of a grating. And this is asked a lot in section lengthy questions. So d theta by d lambda, d theta by d lambda becomes equal to, we will write it down in a simpler form so that we can come across conclusion upon what all factors does dispersive power depend upon, right? So sorry, this is the expression for dispersive power of a grating. Now have a closer look at the expression and see that what all factors does dispersive power of a grating depend upon. Let us begin. See, it is firstly depending upon n. It is depending upon n. That means the total number of rulings on the ruled surface, that higher the order of the spectra. N is the order of the spectra, sorry. So it is depending upon n. Higher we go, n is actually directly proportional to d theta upon d lambda. So higher the n, higher the dispersive power. Right? Then see, dispersive power is proportional to grating element A plus B. So dispersive power increases when this grating element or closeness of the rulings increase. So it is depending inversely upon this, and dispersive power is depending upon it. Next, larger we come across the value of theta, higher is the dispersive power. And one more thing, you can see that dispersive power also, if we note that it was depending upon inversely upon cos theta. So larger the value of theta, higher was the dispersive power. What does this mean? If theta is small, then cos theta is equal to 1. Hence, the influence of the factor cos theta on dispersive power may be taken as negligible, and angular dispersion of two spectral lines in the particular order is directly proportional to the difference in wavelength between two spectral lines. And you can also say that when you are neglecting cos theta, then when you are neglecting the cos theta factor, then such a spectra which gets formed is known as normal spectra. Right? Now linear dispersive power is equal to focal length into angular dispersive power. You just put this value, you can put any of the values, n upon a plus b into cos theta. You find that linear dispersive power can be increased by using a lens of large focal length. So number of spectra of different order depending upon the width of the spectra are situated on either side of central zero order maxima and across either side of the white central maxima. We get this spectra. Maximum light is concentrated in the central maximum. Right? And next, dispersive power is grating spectra, it is called this. We can, small question comes as, give 2 or 3 differences between grating spectra and prism spectra. Right? So we can just jot down few important points. Grating spectra is due to diffraction. Prism spectra is due to dispersion. Dispersion of light happens, then prism spectra comes up. Then grating gives us many orders of spectra, whereas the prism has only one spectra, one and only one spectra. Grating has large number of spectra. Here, since the number of spectra are large, therefore spectra are less bright compared to the prism spectra, less bright, and here they are more bright because only one spectra is getting formed. Here large number of spectra are getting formed, and the spectral lines here are generally straight in case of grating, whereas spectral lines are slightly curved. Spectral lines are slightly curved in prism spectra. Slightly curved. Prism forms spectra due to dispersion, that is Vibgyor, and only one spectra gets formed. Here, due to grating, slit width, opaque space, you get n number of spectra. That is why the intensity decreases.